Hello, Michelle Swellman, Courtney Cronin in for Chris Canty today. Evan Cohen with you. You're packed, ready to go or no?
Fully packed except for my work bag because I'll need to bring my computer and everything we use today, but I'm packed. Full.
Checking?
Oh, checking.
I wasn't
Full
going
itinerary.
to, but you made me. So if I missed the flight because I have to check, Courtney, it's Smalls' fault.
Well, then why don't you just get to the airport earlier?
How could you only do a
doesn't my
carry-on
headset
for
go
about
out?
a week?
This is just a wonderful thing today.
Courtney just asked a great question.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, hang on. I will filibuster until Evan gets set up here. I have the full itinerary, Courtney. We discussed this. I have every event, every day that I have, what outfit I need to pack, and then I have photos of me in the outfit so that when I get to the hotel, wham, bam, we don't even have to think about it. We are taking the thinking out of it.
That's weird. You already tried them on and took photos of yourself?
Yes. I have the
it's not weird at all.
Every outfit corresponded.
I don't understand that.
It's how you style outfits, and you don't get to the hotel and you're like, what goes together? I have nothing to wear.
Yes.
And then you start spiraling. Like, this is,
Yes.
It's the most type A thing you can do, Michelle, and I do it too. So I can very much appreciate where your mind is with this. But I assume you have a very large suitcase because you're going out to San Francisco for what, 5-6 days?
Yes.
Evan, you're going to just do a carry-on?
No, I was thinking of not checking, and then she guilted me. I'm wearing suits every day. I decided it's a big thing for me.
How would you possibly
do
bring a
that in a
carry-on
carry-on?
for suits?
Oh, because they're like foldable, breathable kind of suits. They're great. So I don't want to give the plug out, but I'm dying to endorse this company, but I'm not going to because publicly. But no, you could do it easily.
Really?
Yeah, because here's the thing.
What about shoes?
Well, shoes, I have a whole separate
And you
bag
run
for shoes.
every day, so you
yeah,
need
I'm gonna
3
probably bring
workout
like
outfits,
3 or 4.
pajamas?
I have to bring like 3 or 4 different pairs of shoes because
There's
of running
no
shoes.
way that you could get that all in a carry-on.
You're probably right, but I could have brought 2 carry-ons.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh, if you're a certain status.
I'm just saying. Yes, you can. But anyway.
Oh, if you are a high flyer in first class with the status.
I've never sat first class in my entire life. So don't say that. Come on now. You, miss.
I'll be in the very back of the plane next to the bathroom.
How are you getting home? Oh, no, that was last year. My bad. You had to wear your pajamas home. It was a tricky packing situation.
I just asked in my ear if one can overpack.
Yeah, can you overpack? Because, I'm running into that situation.
Oh, let's discuss.
Are you losing your voice preemptively? Because this could be great.
No.
Oh, I'm definitely going to.
So.
I packed tea.
Not you, him.
No, I know, but we all kind of lose our voice by the end of the week because we're talking so much. We're heavy
I don't ever
yappers.
remember losing my voice.
So I brought special tea.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So
Nuno.
I overpacked the carry-on that I was gonna check anyway. So now I'm sitting here like I'm still missing things because I did the all right, this is what I'll wear during the for the show. This is what I'll wear, gym clothes, that type of stuff, and then
Teeny
later
Tuesday?
on, yeah, all that type of stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm still missing things. This bag is really packed, so I'm gonna have to. So, can you actually overpack or overthinking this stuff?
I don't think so. I think it's better to be prepared.
That's right.
Because what happens if, remember, you're going to a place where there are microclimates, just to warn you how
What
it
does that
feels.
mean?
How it feels in San Francisco might feel very different from how it feels in Santa Clara. That is that's what the Bay Area is. It's why when I used to live out there, I lived in the East Bay. So I lived in Oakland and then I lived in Walnut Creek, but actually flipped the order. Walnut Creek first, Oakland. Throughout the year, it was like 25 degrees warmer over there than when it was when I'd go to San Francisco. So just be prepared. I don't think that you can overpack, but at this time of year, it might be 60 degrees one place and 40 somewhere else.
Didn't know that. That's good to know.
Also, Nuno, our show is live from 3 to 7 a.m. We're going to have such weird hours. If you forget something, you're not necessarily going to be able to have the runway to go get it. So I would rather be prepared and overpack.
All right, good point. All right, speaking of intel, I thought Charania dropped something really juicy late last night into this morning on the 1 a.m. Eastern Sports Center. So the NBA trade deadline, Super Bowl is Sunday, obviously, as we know, New England and Seattle. There's coaching hires, which we're going to get to. There's a GM firing, which we're going to get to. So there's a ton of news around the NFL. But the NBA trade deadline, and it's all surrounding Giannis. And I thought Shams dropped a pretty interesting nugget, to say the least, late last night into this morning on the latest about a potential Giannis trade.
Over the weekend, the Bucks remain engaged with NBA teams that have interest, that have given aggressive proposals. My understanding is they've submitted counteroffers to those aggressive proposals as well. And the Heat, Timberwolves, Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, those have been the most serious suitors out of the mix so far for Giannis. But it all comes down to the price point for him, right? Yeah. A young player or a surplus of draft picks. So who meets that mark between now in the next 4 days up until the Thursday NBA trade deadline? And the Bucks have to manage the risk and reward, whether you do a deal now or you wait for the offseason when Giannis only has 1 year left. That gives him even more control to figure out and dictate his future in the offseason.
All right. Great reporting as always from Shams. I thought the interesting thing was they made counteroffers. How many years have we heard in a row of teams calling the Bucks trying to get Giannis? And that is where the reporting has always ended. Mm-hmm. But there's an add-on of the Bucks have made counter offer. You don't make a counter offer unless there's a way of actually prying him away from Milwaukee, correct?
Correct. You're not just listening to offers, you're engaging with said offers.
And even if they're absurd, right? Nuno gave a great example to me today. He said, okay, so if you're calling Minnesota, or Minnesota's calling, and the Bucks say, well, give us Anthony Edwards, that may seem absurd. They're not going to do that. But even engaging, Courtney, means that there could be, I still don't think he's going to get traded this week, my gut feeling, but there could be a way of getting him if you're even countering in any way, shape, or form.
Isn't this their way of greasing the wheels for the offseason? Because they know, everybody else in the NBA knows, it's much easier to make a blockbuster, league-shattering trade in the offseason when teams are much more willing to like package and part ways with big time assets and thinking about the draft. I mean, you think about the lottery, once the 2026 lottery has passed, so like in May, you think about where those picks are going to be and like what those picks are locked into. I think you'd much rather know at that point, hey, I'm trading with this team. I'm going to be getting a pick that's going to be, you'll probably know the spot at the point that you trade it because you'd be doing this in the summertime. I just think there's more of an incentive to do it then, which is why right now is the chance, if you're Milwaukee, to test the waters, to see who's a willing player, who has a real serious offer instead of something that feels like it's going to be much more difficult to facilitate right now when you've got 3.5 days until the trade deadline.
Yeah, I just, even if we do it in NFL terms, right? If I say to you, like, okay, you're the Chiefs, and I'm a team calling, hey, I'm interested in Patrick Mahomes, what's your response?
No.
Okay.
Why'd you waste my time?
Right. Now,
stop calling my phone.
Now, just to
Or
point,
for how much would be my, I think everybody is a tradable asset for the right price, but yeah.
Wait, what?
I think everybody.
That didn't go as planned. What?
No, I mean,
You think Patrick Mahomes could be gettable?
once I saw, look, I think once I saw Tom Brady leave, when the New England Patriots years ago said, no, we're good, we're gonna part ways, you can go wherever you want, and he goes to Tampa. That's when, to me, I realized that everybody is a tradable asset for the right price. Everybody is a movable asset in the right vision of whoever's controlling one roster and controlling another, that it may not be likely to happen, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. I'll never be naive enough to think that somebody can't be moved for the right price.
I will be. I'm fine being naive enough to think that, I mean, Tom Brady was not traded, so I'm fine.
I know, he signed as a free agent, but I'm saying, like, and then he went and won another Super Bowl. So clearly, for the right price, for the right move, at the right time, everybody is expandable. So that's how I view it.
Yeah, that's an interesting, I understand where you're coming from on that. My whole point is, when you're calling for Mahomes, my opinion, there's no conversation. When you're calling for everybody else, there's a conversation. Giannis is now a conversation that Shams is reporting. They had these conversations. Counter offers, I think, is a significant piece of news that Shams reported this weekend.
But let's not forget, Shams also reported earlier that Giannis has told the Bucks, hey, we've probably reached the end of the road here. And before, that's not something we were hearing either. We weren't hearing that he was having those direct conversations with them. So if I'm Milwaukee and I have an inkling, or I know that he is unhappy and that he wants to move, he wants to contend somewhere, and he doesn't think that this is it, that's something that I'm taking stock in. Do I want to move on from Giannis? Absolutely not. But if he's unhappy, I don't want him to be here either. And if other teams are going to give me a young player and a surplus of picks to restart this thing, then yeah, I'm listening and I'm counter-offering.
There are not many places that have young players, a surplus of picks, and are then left with enough for Giannis to contend. That's where this gets really interesting, which is why I think if he does get traded, it would be the summer. I thought all the entire time, if it's this week, it would be the Warriors. Nick Friedel, a great guy from The Athletic, has reported this weekend that they've told Jimmy Butler it doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Well, if Jimmy's not going anywhere, the only other way of getting him would be Draymond Green, which I'd be stunned if they traded him, and the Bucks are not going to want him. To be continued on this, because I don't understand. I'm with Courtney. I think this sets up for the offseason. I don't understand how he gets traded this week in a deal that makes sense for all parties involved. Listen, if I'm wrong, we're going to have a ton to talk about, so it'll be fun. All of the vacancies have been filled in the NFL. There are no more head coach vacancies left. We'll get to that next. We're on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Super Week 2026 on ESPN Radio. The latest news,
Josh McDaniel and his offense, can you hit some big plays?
predictions, and